So now that you got a flex option sign and come back to you, right? So what do you need to do next now? Is you need to market these houses for sale. And so what you're going to do is you're going to post this deal to 3daybid.com. You don't have to use the website if you don't want to. You know, the website is just there to help you facilitate the auctioning process, but it's definitely not a requirement for you to do it that way. You don't even need to auction the house off if you don't want to. You just tell people that you're taking the highest and best offer in 3 days, and so for them to submit the offer to you, that's good enough. But you know, this script is going to assume that you're going to use 3daybid.com to auction it off. So you post it on 3daybids, and then you're going to then email out to all of those landlords that I talked about, okay? And you know, that we showed earlier. And then if you have a list of wholesalers, you're also going to email to them and tell them, hey, I have a property that I desperately need to sell. I'm auctioning it off, and I'm taking the best offer in 3 days. Please reply to this email or call me at blah, blah, blah with your offer before it's too late. So you know, so you go to Craigslist, you go to Backpage, you know, you do a search on keywords like fixer-upper, handyman special to find investor-type leads. So you go or use the instant lead generator to do that. And so it pretty much tells you like where to find the buyers online. I'm not going to read through every single one of this, but you can also go to gosection8.com. There's another website called reia.rentlinks.com. We are on day 3 of the 7-day Instant Cash Secrets Ugly Houses. Second box down where it says tip. Finding buyers online. Yeah, under marketing strategies. Okay, you got it? Yes? Okay. Whoever says yes first, get in the room now. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. I'm just totally having fun with y'all. So these are all, I'm not going to go through very details, but I mean, I'm giving you tons of websites to find landlords. Okay? All of that, the website, gosection8.com, rent links, showmetherents.com, all of those, you can look into those, you can search into that state and city and find all of those landlords and compile them. As if that's not enough, you can also go to the yellow pages and find the property management companies and ask them. Okay, we have a lot of luck calling property management companies to find landlords. Oh, just yellow pages. Just, you know, your yellowpages.com. There is a property management association. Forgot what their website is that you can also go on to. But you search online for like property management association and see if you can get a list of their members. But property management companies are a great source of leads for us because they have a lot of customers that are landlords that we can sell to. Okay, you pretty much use the same script up there that for all of these, and then you can also post these ads. If it's not already on dodeals.com, you can post it on there under the wholesale deal section. If it's, you know, and then you can also post it on Craigslist and Backpage and Postlets.com. If you belong to any of your local RIA club websites, you know, you can post it on there. Local newspaper websites, you can post on there. Advertise it in as many places as you can. You know. There's no limit to that, okay? There's no limit to that. So you can also, I mean, you know, you can also join real estate investing groups like a Yahoo group, a Google group, Facebook, MySpace, you know, MySpace classified section. It's also pretty big for real estate leads, and so you can join these groups. The only thing about participating in these groups is that you can't just advertise your deal like you would on on Craigslist, because these groups are more for networking. So you turn your leads into a more story base. Like, hey, I got this house. This is how I found it, and this is how I'm planning to sell it. You know, if you or anyone you know that might be interested, let me know. And so, you know, so like you're a welcome friend, because those are networking groups. They're not really they're not there for you to just advertise to them. Finding buyers offline. You could put out signs on all the vacant houses in that neighborhood. Okay. Notice I said vacant houses in that neighborhood, and the reason being is because in most city ordinance, it's illegal to put out signs on public properties. Okay. But if you put it on private property, on private vacant properties, then it's legal. The only thing that you might get is that you might have the seller call you and says, "What are you doing putting your sign on my front yard?" And when that happens, that's a good thing. Right? Be excited about it. Say, "Well, thank you so much for calling me. I've been trying so hard to get a hold of you. I'm a cash buyer, and I'm very interested in making you a cash offer on your house today. If I can pay you all cash and close quickly, what's the least you are willing to take?" So now you're converting. Here's a seller that nobody can track down, and they're calling you. Okay, the house is vacant. They don't want that house. So it's a good thing. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. So you put out signs, and when you do that, when you put out signs on all of these vacant houses, a typical neighborhood, like a subdivision type neighborhood, will have anywhere from 20 to 30 vacant houses that you can put on, and like even on REO properties, I'll put them on too, especially if some REO properties they haven't listed yet, so the house is just vacant. But when you put out signs like that, you're going to have tons of buyers that are looking for houses specifically in that neighborhood, calling you. And so, when they call you, just say, that property is not available yet, but I do have another house right down the street that I can show you. So you drive them to the house that you have under a flex option, and then meanwhile you can track down that vacant house that the buyers are interested in and make the seller an offer on it. Okay. So that's how you can find buyers offline. No, you're not selling that house. You just put like fixer-uppers for sale. Whenever somebody call you, you just say that house is not available yet. I've heard you say that, but I didn't know what to put on the sign. Oh, okay. I actually on here it tells you what to say on the sign. It's a simple sign. Where was I? Okay. Another thing that you could do too. All of those leads of landlords that you compiled with their phone numbers, you can do a voice blast to them, and your voice blast. How many of you guys have heard of voice blast from me before? Yeah. So that same technology that you would use for these for these buyers, okay? And you pretty much use the same script. If that's not enough, and you want to run classified ads, you could do that too. Classified ads would be the most expensive out of all of these marketing. Okay. But I mean, that's like you're doing a lot already. I don't think you need to get to the classified ads part, but classified ads is a good place to keep it on, just to build your buyers list, like an ongoing, buyers list building system. And it's not necessarily effective for any specific house.